Recently, PRS made a huge announcement. They're making a more affordable SE version of the Silver Sky, John Mayer's signature guitar. If you're in the market for a Strat, should you be looking at the SE Silver Sky as an option? I think you should. And PRS released a little demo video with John playing it. Let's watch it together and we can come to a conclusion.
Look, let's get right to it.
John opening the video like this is brilliant. He's truly tapped into the internet and he knows what we want to hear. A man of the people. But in all seriousness, guitar sounds great. Now here's the disclaimer. I don't own a SE Silver Sky. They just came out, but I do own a John Mayer signature Strat from Fender. And I also own a PRS CE24. So I think I'm kind of qualified to talk about this guitar. But again, it is just my opinion and I'm going off what I hear and what I've experienced in the past. I want to talk about some major selling points for the SE Silver Sky. You see, it's priced very similarly to a Mexican Strat, its main competition, and the guitar it's kind of trying to be an evolution of. The Silver Sky core model, the more expensive American-made version, is a harder sell because it's almost $1,000 more than the Fender American Standard Strat. So way bigger discrepancy between the American counterparts versus the now affordable, more affordable line. Another huge selling point are the colors. They're really unique. Besides the off-white color, which I believe they call moon white, they're really non-traditional colors for a Strat. So that's something that you'd come to expect from PRS, and I think they did a great job offering you something different. So you have a reason to buy this unique looking Strat. The final selling point I want to talk about is the fit and finish that we come to associate with PRS guitars. Let's take a look at this clip in the video where John talks about intonation, and we all know that intonation can be a little wonky when it comes to more affordable guitars.
Really excited to show you a guitar that is more accessible but doesn't penalize a guitar player for not having the core US model. Let's talk about intonation on this guitar. Tuning is really, really important, obviously. And PRS guitars are known for really, really good intonation. And it was important that the Silver Sky SE keep that same integrity going in terms of tuning. And to prove it, I'll play the beginning of one of my songs, Shot in the Dark, which was very hard to record because it's hard to keep it in tune because there's so many piano-like chords. But check it out. Really is sort of like piano-like, and the way you can prove that is do the...
Most of the time when I pick up a PRS, right out of the box, it plays well. I mean, intonated, stays in tune, all those things. And could I be getting lucky? Sure, but luck eventually runs out, and PRS has been pretty consistent. And this runs true for the most part, even for their SE line that I've played. PRS stated that they're anticipating the demand be so high for this new Silver Sky that they're expanding their factories in Indonesia. I think that this move has firmly solidified PRS as one of the 3 big guitar makers in the world. Throughout the past 60 or 70 years, there's been Fender and there's been Gibson. And a lot of brands have come and go throughout the time. They've been bought out by Fender and Gibson or just straight go out of business. PRS comes onto the scene in the 80s as a more high-end kind of custom guitar builder, right? But they really transitioned themselves into being more of a household name. And moves like this just solidify that even further. I mean, think about the guts you have to make this move. So John Mayer, who's originally working with Fender, and you make, he had another model that looked more PRS-like, and then he makes the Silver Sky, which is a Strat. And, it's doing great. I think this is brilliant on PRS's behalf. I mean, think about it, how they're not getting like sued by Fender, or how the community kind of allows this to happen. A lot of the guitar community are purists and they want a Fender Strat to be made by Fender, but PRS has John Mayer's stamp of approval. It's hard to beat that. So now you have SE Silver Sky, similarly priced to a Mexican Strat, which is now called like the Player Series Strat, same thing, and a Epiphone Les Paul, all for around 800 to 850 bucks and up if you get different versions of them. If I was new to the guitar market and I had to buy one of these, I'd probably go with the Silver Sky. It's the most refreshing new take on, you know, a piece of history. And most of the time, I find that their fit and finish is a step above the rest. Now let's put this into perspective. 15 years ago, in 2007, I bought my first good electric guitar. It was a black and white Fender Stratocaster, Mexican Stratocaster with a maple neck. That guitar was $399. So how things have changed. Guitars have come really far, and I always say that if you buy a good guitar from a reputable brand and you buy it at a good price, long term they'll be decent investments. Are you going to be picking up this new SE Silver Sky? And if so, in what color? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure that you leave a like down below and subscribe if you haven't. Helps the channel grow a lot, and I'm going to be putting out a lot more guitar and music related content in the future. So till next time, see ya. Oh, we'll have John play us out.
Sick thing.